Moscow Red Legion came very close to winning an event last season, but fell short, placing second in both Chicago and Phoenix, though they proved their program could survive and thrive after losing high-profile players. And they're going to have to do it again in 2013, as they lost the first attackers on both the Dorito and the Snake side when Marcelo Margot and Axel Godin returned to the teams that they started their careers with. But they still have the 2012 Top Gun title holder Alexander Burnikoff and team captain Kirill Bridney, who both played out of the mines last season. Red Legion also picked up Michael Kovar from X Factor to take Axel's spot in the Snake, who will be playing in front of Rookie of the Year Jason Wheeler. Moscow still has the best coaching system in paintball, some of the best players in the league, and they are always a threat to win the PSP title.
All right, we are back here. So we have Edmonton Impact. They are going to take on Moscow Red Legion. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Todd Martinez and Steve Rabikoff. Now, boys, what do you think about this matchup?
I can't wait. You know, Moscow Red Legion just lost a heartbreaker, just a couple games ago, and Edmonton Impact looked pretty sharp against Chattanooga CEP. Of course, CEP just got whooped on by Houston Heat right there too, but Moscow Red Legion had a really good game, went to overtime against San Diego Dynasty, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to be too satisfied with that. So,
yeah, this is a great game. Like we were just saying, man, game after game, man, and Russian. They got to get this game here. You don't want to start today 0-2.
No, you do not. Not in with the new champs and challengers division. You do not want to go 0-2 and force yourself into a really bad situation on your second day when you have to win out. And so that's the magic of this new format. Is all the games are going to be good. Everything's important now. And make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook. On Twitter and Instagram. And, help us spread the paintball gospel. And paintball is such an interesting game. You just need to let more people know about what's going on inside these teams and inside these players' minds. So here we go. Impact on the right-hand portion of your screen, Legion on the left, and you're looking at our new Snake player for Edmonton Impact, Ryan Moorhead, who's been playing for years on the Dorito side. And looks like bloodbath off the break for Moscow Red Legion.
Yeah, Justin Rabikoff gets pulled out by Tony with a pack hit, and couldn't really find it there. Finally found it. Justin Rabikoff walking on the field right there early, but Ryan Moorhead repping America to the fullest, already ready to jump into the 50 Dorito here on the Snake side as he takes off running, seeing the whole Snake side blown, and he is just going to open
now he's
up
just going to shoot backs
of Dennis Golev. Golev going to walk off the field right there. So
and like you said, Matt, earlier, like they got Justin and Ryan to deal with over here, and Justin Cornell. So like you get one, so they shot Justin, they still have to deal with Ryan. So like you said earlier, they're gonna have to. Teams have to go to work.
Yeah, in the first game that Edmonton Impact played against Chattanooga CEP, we saw Ryan Moorhead take the field, come to the Snake side for the first time, and I can't even remember the last time that I saw the man on your screen right now, Ryan Moorhead, one of the best Dorito players in the game, and for him to come over here on the Snake side, honestly, I don't know who's playing better than him over here on the Snake side.
And like you said, to come over to this side of the field, it's like Todd said, there's a 50 Dorito.
Hey, it's a 50 Dorito on the Snake side. I'm playing the Snake side, boys. He's doing a great job. Impact's up 1-0 against Moscow Red Legion, and we'll be right back after this. Let's take a look here in Moscow Red Legion's pits as they get ready to rock for this next point. Must-win situation for them as they did lose a really close game in overtime against San Diego Dynasty. And you do not want to drop more than one game a day here, or you're really putting yourself in a bind. when you have to play the next 2 games in the prelims.
Yeah, so 5 teams in each bracket. Top 2 are going to make it on, because it's only going to be a top 4. There's no more quarterfinals. It's just semifinals and finals on Sunday. So out of these top 10 teams, only 4 are going to make it on to Sunday. So you have to be in the top 2 in your bracket to move on.
You're looking at Impact in the Snake right now. And the triple threat of the 2 Justins, Justin Rabakoff and Justin Cornell, along with Ryan Moorhead, is going to be tough for teams if they start to hitting their stride. And now on the Dorito side of the field, you see Impact pushing forward into that 40-yard line there in the top center of your screen. And now Kovar, the new pickup for Moscow Red Legion, as he came over from San Antonio X Factor, where he had played for years in the Snake, and he ended up moving to Europe, to Belgium, and got picked up by Moscow to help them bolster their Snake side as they lost Axel Godin, who goes back to the Tauntauns, who we're going to see play this afternoon.
Ooh, and I think Stillwell got a shot in on Jason Wheeler down there in the Snake side corner as he bumped into that 40 Dorito, snuck in there without Wheeler knowing and shot him out. Oh, and another body, Yanishevsky, moves into that same spot. Stillwell is still there, and Stillwell gets another kill.
And 2 Russian Legions come walk off the Snake side here, so Justin Cornell goes in bunkers.
Stillwell throws up the fingers. I just shot 2 guys out of the same spot.
I love when that happens. When you're playing a spot, you get 1 kill out of there, you get a G, another guy slides right in, you shoot that guy too.
Yeah, so just 2 bodies left alive. And here comes Zane Yakimak, gonna lay down Kirill Perhidny. And that should do it. As Edmonton Impact up 1. Now gonna go up 2. Zane Yakimak closing that game out.
And I was talking to Bart a little bit about Stillwell, and he's hoping that he can get some game time here, because they just brought him up from their other team, Impact Echo, and he was hoping that these guys can really get some game time here and step up for them. So he's a young player here.
Well, we've seen Stillwell a lot. You know, he's a good player. You know, it's just tough when you're playing behind Justin Cornell, the Yakimek brothers, Justin Rabakoff, Ryan Moorhead.
Greg Sewers.
So many solid players there, but you know, Stillwell, we know he can play. You know, I've seen him play for some time now. He's got game in him.
Yeah, so Stillwell having a point, trying to prove himself in the stacked lineup for Edmonton Impact, and we're going to be right back after this.
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
Россия – это страна с очень сложными погодными условиями.
Not only is the Spire small and lighter than leading competitors,
the Spire is designed to take the toughest abuse that paintball puts out and keep feeding, no matter how bad your paint or weather gets.
With a true 200 round capacity, it holds more paint as well.
not only is it easier to take apart, but more importantly, it's easier to put back together. Find out more at virtuespire.com.
Did you hear that? Hear what? Tanks? 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 Tanks! Tanks! Oh yeah, tanks! Night night! Tanks! 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 Weasel 3!
Beautiful day here in Chesapeake City, Maryland for the 2013 Mid-Atlantic Open at Matty Marshall with Tom Martinez and Steve Rabakoff. So Moscow Red Legion not getting a good start here against Edmonton Impact, and they're down 2-0. And it looks like Ryan Moorhead and Tim Montresor are going to be back out on the field for Impact. Both of them with 2 confirmed kills so far. And Red Legion just struggling. You have Bernikov, he's got 0. Lukashek 0, Pantalev 0, and looks like Golev, the only man on the field right now with a confirmed kill for Moscow Red Legion, but that makes sense as they have not scored a point yet. All the way off the break, Lukashek trying to get in there, and he's clean. So nice job by Moscow to send Lukashuk all the way to Snake 2 off the break. He's in there clean. He's got a back player right behind him. Then now you're looking at Tim Montresor on your screen.
Joshua Met gets shot on the break, and Justin Rabakoff gets shot shortly thereafter. So 3 bodies down, 3 bodies left alive for Edmonton Impact.
But here's Ryan Moorhead, and now that they shoot, so Pantalev gets eliminated. So here's Ryan Moorhead to the Dorito on the Snake side.
He's got to be in there, man. He's got to make that 50 Dorito on the Snake side.
And he takes out their Dorito.
He's already got 2 kills so far, too. So doing work for Edmonton Impact, as always, is Ryan Moorhead. And I think he just got himself another one.
Bjernikov gets shot, and that's going to open up the whole snake side. Now Ryan Moorhead can play the entire 50 Dorito. You know, if that big tall tower in Dallas was the Loyola bunker, this is slowly becoming the Ryan Moorhead bunker, because he is definitely owning it, at least for today. Right now as Tim Montresor comes in and
nasty.
just executes Denis Golev right in his face. 2 balls, 2 feet away. Sorry, Golev, get on out of here.
Yeah, so Moscow has got to be, if I'm, you know, that's just when the coaches start slamming the clipboards in their foreheads. Nothing seems to be working for Moscow Red Legion. So with 15:39, there still is a ton of time. Unfortunately for them, the statistics on that 3-point spread when one team leads the other by 3 points, right around 92% of the time, the team with 3 wins the game. So, but Moscow Red Legion, you know, they got a lot of good players on that team. Let's see if they can come back. And we're going to be right back after these messages from our sponsors. And there's the scoreboard, 3-0, all Edmonton Impact. And we talked about how they are one of the favorites. You know, you got to put Heat in there. You got to put Dynasty, of course, because they won the first event. Damage, Infamous. Damage and Infamous played great at the first event. But the way that Edmonton Impact is playing, wow, they look really good so far. And now here on the break, let's see if Moscow can live against the guns of Impact. And Impact loses Justin Cornell, so one of their weapons is now dead from the snake side. It looks like they might lose another. No, he's clean. And then now Moscow dropping bodies as well as number 19, Yanishevsky, he comes off.
And Zach Yakimek goes from the snake side corner on into snake one. His brother Zane Yakimek comes over behind him from the back center into that tower on the snake side. Michael Kovar had gotten bounced. Michael Kovar keeps losing Jason Wheeler behind him over there as Wheeler comes walking out again. But Kovar right now on an island by himself, getting pounded by the Dorito 1.
He better fix that quick, because he told the coaches he wanted to play with Kovar. So he better get that fixed quick.
Yeah, well, they both speak English, and Kovar actually speaks Russian as well. So, but the issue is, you know, communication is such a big deal, and Wheeler had played so well off of Axel Godin, who was the front player on the snake side for Moscow last year.
Stillwell gets airborne, but gets shot mid-flight as he dives into the 40 Dorito over there, gets shot. So Kovar now owning the 50 Dorito. He's got the Yakimek brothers in front of him. If Zane can put the pressure on Kovar, Zach should be able to run him down pretty quickly over here, as only Dave Baines is alive over on the Dorito side for Impact right now. Kirill goes from the tall tower on the Dorito side into the Dorito 1, and now he is going to watch over Kovar. Oh, and the player that was in, I think that was Kevin Collum, was in the Dorito corner. He come back to the tower to watch over Peridney. Kovar shooting down on Dave Baines.
And it looks like Impact's just content with a 3-0 lead. You want to come and get this, come through it.
Yeah, and that's really the smart play. You know, I mean, with this big of a lead, there's a lot of time left, though. And
oh, plenty of time.
There's plenty of time if Moscow is able to get some kills here and try to get back in it. It's 3-on-3 in this particular point. And with Kovar in a really good position, it's really up to the Dorito side, the opposite side of the field, to really make moves for Moscow, because Kovar, you know, he can't ask him to do it all up here. I mean, he's really far up on the snake side of the field. He's looking at 2 bodies in front of him.
Yeah, they can't lose Kovar over here. He's in great field position.
Right.
They can't lose him. And here comes Zach Yakimek right at the wrong time.
Oh, takes out Kovar.
So Kovar had to wrap around to take out Yakimek. And, you know, Zach Yakimek, you gotta understand that move. And Kovar had to do what he had to do to get that shot in him, but the Dave Baines able to get that shot cross field.
Yeah, Zane Yakimek now takes over Zach's spot, gets into the snake 2 now as he dives in.
And that's a great move because now he's keeping pressure. These guys are going to have to turn their guns towards him, and that gives Dave Baines a little bit of freedom back there to start moving around here.
So 2-on-2, impact spread out as Dave Baines bumps into the Dorito 1. Zane Yakimek still shooting across the field from snake 2. Kevin Collum in the tower on the Dorito side. He's playing back and forth. Zane Yakimek now into the 50 Dorito. Kirill Providny goes from the Dorito 1, goes to run down Dave Baines.
Oh, and he gets him.
Looks like he gets him. Zane Yakimek is able to shoot Kirill. Oh no, Kirill pops up. Kirill's still alive.
That was a huge point. That's what needed to happen, though, is they really needed to get it back on the board there.
Yeah, I think Zane Yakimek, when the referee pointed and called Dave Baines out, I think Zane thought he was also pointing at Kirill. So he turned back and ignored Kirill and started to go to work on Collum, and Kirill came out.
Again,
well, they're sitting right next to each other.
It's like boxing. Protect yourself at all times.
Yeah.
If you don't see that guy actually stand up out of the bunker, play like that it's hot.
Right.
And, you know, so I totally understand his position, and it does make sense. But, you know, when Kirill making that move to take Dave down, they're right next to each other. So you know, the referee's going to make this motion if he's hit and this motion if he's clean. And so he saw, I think, Todd, that was a good pickup. He saw the call. But, you know, again, you have to protect yourself at all times. When you start to assume that somebody's dead and you don't know for sure, you know, it's not going to work here at this level of play. So, but hey, good job by Kirill to step up, leader for that team, he's captain of the squad. And, you know, now we got ourselves a 2-point matchup, and we'll be right back after this. Looking at Big Dave Baines in the pits, and you hear us say this a lot on the webcast when we're talking about Baines, but over the past 10 years, no one has had quite the career that man has had. Started off with Avalanche, a legendary team, you know, in the late 90s and early 2000s, and he reformed that team with a bunch of guys from NorCal, and they went on to win an event in Chicago, pro, and then he got picked up by Excessive, and then went on to help that team win. And then he went to Dynasty. They won with Dynasty. And then he went to Moscow. They won with Moscow. Then he went to Damage. I mean, he's just a winner. You know, you can't say it any more simply than, you know, and you'll hear us say it all the time. That's why you pay Dave Baines.
Yeah, he's a great teammate, too. I was on those teams with him on Dynasty, 07, 08. You know, wonderful guy to play with. Wonderful guy to be around.
Such a great communicator, and also a big role model for the bigger guys in the game. Dave Baines is like 6'3", 240 pounds. And he plays like he's 5'10", 180. You know, I mean, he really can move. He's an amazing gunfighter, ridiculous shot off the break.
Oh, I think Ryan Moorhead's going to peel back one of the Moscow Red Legion players. Oh, no, just barely missed him there. Going out to the Dorito side. Moscow Red Legion loses Pantaleev right away. Greg Sewers gets shot out by Bierdnikov. So 4-on-4 right now. Justin Rabakov bumps down here to the snake side corner to give Moorhead some protection down the wire. Tim Montresor in the snake tower, shooting towards the Dorito side, pounding the Dorito 1.
And you look at the back players right now and players in the backfield on the Dorito side. And, you know, Legion only 2 points away from tying this up with 10 minutes and 32 seconds left to play.
And they were down 2 against Dynasty, brought it back and took it to overtime, so they're not flustered at all.
Well, it's a situation though, but for Moscow, they have to have some sort of decent performance at this event because, you know, they've been practicing for 2 weeks. 2 weeks they put into this event.
Yeah, wow, Januszewski tried to get creative right there and just got shot.
That was a little bit too early for that. that move. That too many guys with guns up on that.
So now we're looking over the back of Ryan Moorhead and his crossfield shot. He has Justin Rabikoff right behind him. And you're looking on the sides of your screen, who's dead and who's alive for both teams. Again, Impact on the right-hand side, Moscow Red Legion on the left-hand side as we crack the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, that was a good shot of Moorhead right there battling with Bierdnikov. There's Bierdnikov, number 11, trying to keep Moorhead from coming down into his 50 Dorito over here and start going to work, because all three bodies left alive for Moscow Red Legion are over there. That's Bierdnikov in the center. You got Golov and Zakharov over there on the
and he got him. He got Moorhead.
And good pickup right there by Bierdnikov to get Moorhead out, but Justin Rabikoff still in that snake too, but playing off the backside of it. Little chess match right here. Both Bierdnikov and Justin Rabikoff are both two of the most intelligent players in the league. Two very creative players. Oh, and Golov gets shot out of that tall tower on the Dorito side.
Oh, and now we got a matchup with Bierdnikov and Rabikoff. Let's see, two former teammates used to play on Moscow together as Justin Rabikoff 2 years ago. Really, Justin Rabikoff made his name in this sport by playing for Moscow Red Legion. So playing against a lot of former teammates right now and trying to tick that clock off and make sure that they try to win this point. But, Moscow Red Legion, only 2 bodies left alive on the field for them at this particular point in this matchup.
Yeah, and still 3 bodies left alive for Edmonton Impact. They have both towers, and it looks like
Russians, it looks like probably they conceded it maybe here.
Yeah, Russians were down a body. Looked like they blew that horn to try and preserve some of the time, because it was going to be tough for those 2 players to push into the 3, especially with the field position. But 4-1 now in favor of Edmonton Impact. 8:28 left to go. We'll be right back after these messages.
Odds that this cop has never eaten a donut. Odds of making one of those ridiculous TV dance competition shows. Odds of meeting this person. Odds of you winning this tournament. Odds of you winning a prize from Valken, especially if you head over to Facebook and enter our Paintball Access Daily Contest. Enter, win, celebrate.
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
Россия – это страна с очень сложными погодными условиями.
Not only is the Spire small and lighter than leading competitors,
The Spire is designed to take the toughest abuse the paintball puts out and keep feeding no matter how bad your paint or weather gets.
With a true 200 round capacity, it holds more paint as well. Not only is it easier to take apart, but more importantly, it's easier to put back together.
find out more at virtuespire.com.
There you're looking at the Top Gun winner from 2012, Alexander Bierdnikov, and what a stellar player he is.
Yeah, I mean, he's a boss out there. I mean, he's so versatile, can play all over the field. He's constantly pulling out games, good in low body situations, good at shooting on the break, getting creative and still games. Here's the rest of his teammates right now. They really need to get some support from their front guys. They need to get up there and get some kills and let Bierdnikov do his thing, but Red Legion constantly fighting from down bodies. But I think they're going to get all 5 out right now. Both teams get all 5 bodies out. Oh no, there goes the first one down. Zane Yakimak walking out of the middle of the field. So here we see Moscow Red Legion drawing first blood this point. Down 3 points, and they shoot Stillwell out of the Dorito 1. Stillwell comes walking off. Justin Cornell going to go to work now. He starts crawling down top left of your screen into Snake 1. There's Michael Kovar in Snake 2 already for Moscow Red Legion. As he's putting the pressure on, allows Alexander Bierdnikov to come up next to him in the middle of the field.
Yeah, the Russians, they don't care how many points they're down. They will keep coming, and they're not worried. They don't get flustered about this.
Now, and Kovar now with the freedom, he's going to come into the 50 Dorito. And that looks like Dave Baines right there working on his loader, having some loader issues right now.
Yeah, or gun, or something, but these guns are like race cars out there.
Feeling the pinch as Kovar really just dropping him in on him right now. Oh, and here comes Bierdnikov looking for Cornell, gonna get him before he gets blown up. Zach Yakimak's still alive. He fills out to the corner from the Snake Tower. Yakmak and Dave Baines. Dave Baines gets his gun back up. Able to fight back now, but he is going to get pinched on the outside, down the wire. Oh, and I think that's, no. Lukashuk gets shot coming.
And that's a needless death right there.
Yep.
You know, you have Burnikoff make that awesome move down there, sacrifices his body. Guys behind him got to stay alive. They need to win this point to stay in this match with 6 minutes and 48 seconds to go, and it looks like they're going to do it. So Kovar going to run and grab that flag. So nice job by Kovar. Again, the new pickup for Moscow Red Legion on the Snake side this year to replace Axel Godin, who played amazing for them. And now Kovar and crew, Burnikoff stepping up on the Snake side to make this a 2-point game here with 6 minutes and 36 seconds remaining. And we'll be right back after these messages. And we are back here, 2013 PSP Mid-Atlantic Open, watching Moscow Red Legion take on Edmonton Impact. 2 points separate these two powerhouse teams, 6 minutes and 36 seconds to go. And the standout players for these two teams so far, Kirill Peridny, 5 confirmed kills for Moscow Red Legion, and Ryan Moorhead doing work on the Snake side for Edmonton Impact.
And Moscow Red Legion looking to attack on the Dorito side, coming up to that can and then bumping across to the 40 Dorito right away. I think that was Biernikov. As Kovar now here jumps from the Snake 1 into Snake 2. Ryan Moorhead on into Snake 2. He backs up, look to get his shot in across the field. Impact really sending a lot of bodies over here towards the Snake side pretty often.
Yeah,
Justin Rabakov now.
But Todd, wouldn't you, if you had the lineup on the Snake side that they have? I mean, that would totally be my strong side too. Also, given the strength of this particular field layout on the Snake side of the field.
No, absolutely, Matty. I mean, the bodies, you know, where they're at over here, you know, they're getting production, you know, and they're in good position to protect each other.
And look at this, Moscow Red Legion is now at the 50 Doritos, so both teams are at the 50 Doritos. And I think Moorhead knows he's there as well, so this is going to be interesting coming up here.
He's past the 50. That's the issue for Moorhead, is that Moorhead's getting shot past his 50-yard line, so he's got to tuck in there. This is as tense of a moment as you could possibly be in, unless you're on the opposite, literally the opposite side of somebody's bunker. Because right now, Moorhead, all he really can do is just hug up on that bunker and try to stay alive. He has 2 guys behind him, though, so he has a ton of support. But what needs to happen is somebody on the Dorito side needs to drop the hammer for Edmonton Impact. I think that's Greg Sewers. Greg Sewers has got to lock out of that gunfight where he's cross-field and start looking for a move downfield.
And Matty, right now, because Russians player isn't paying attention to their Snake player, Ryan could go put the hammer on him right now. Yeah, there's nobody that can stop him.
And seeing Greg Sewers, and Ryan finally gets dinked out of that spot, man. You can only live in a spot like that for so long. But also, Biernikov, he gets shot as well on that Dorito side of the field. So players coming off for both teams. Kovar still alive in the Snake, in better field position than Edmonton Impact right now, as Justin Rabakov also in the Snake, but he's in there for Impact. Now we're on the flip side. You're looking at, that's Greg Sewers, still alive on the Dorito side, but he's stuck in that first Dorito, that first bunker over there.
Yeah, I mean, you got two bodies still over here left alive. You got Tim Montresor in the corner and Justin Rabikoff in Snake 1. Both of them have a good view of the Dorito side of the field right now for the one player that's in the Dorito 1, but Justin Rabikoff elects to dive into Snake 2, which opens up the door for Moscow Red Legion to jump into Dorito 2. And Michael Kovar, he's got backup over here too as well, but I mean, just not playing it nearly as aggressively as Ryan Moorhead has been.
There's a red flag coming up here.
Oh, so it looks like, is that Lukashuk? Yeah, so Pavel getting that major penalty, and that is a huge hit to Moscow right there as Kovar gets run down by Rabikoff. So,
yeah, I mean, Kovar had every opportunity himself to go in and go bunker Justin Rabikoff out of there. You know?
Well, you're right. However, when you're in that situation where somebody's in front of you and you get in that mental mindset of like, okay, the guy's right in front of me, and then even when he gets shot out of there, you know, it's one of those things that, okay, it's tough to then change that gear and go back into aggression, but that's painful. We saw Yosh do that in a tough situation for Dynasty earlier on, Yosh Rao. But that's the difference in levels. And that's why Edmonton Impact is winning this match right now, is because they are able to switch levels a lot better than Moscow Red Legion is doing right now. So Moscow digging themselves a hole with that penalty. We're going to see what happens when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Ever wonder how your order gets from ansgear.com to you? Using our fast and efficient processing method, your purchase is pulled, verified, and shipped to your door quickly and accurately. Every order is checked for accuracy 3 times before it leaves the warehouse. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner and at an affordable price to get you back in the game. Shop now at ansgear.com.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm down here in the Impact Pit with Ryan Moorhead. Ryan, we're not used to seeing you play the Snake. Why'd you guys decide to change it up?
I mean, I think we have a lot of options on our team. We have so much depth and so much versatility that Greg was playing really well on the Dorito side, and we actually had an unfortunate incident where Justin Cornell got hurt our first practice, so I kind of played over there and was playing well, and now that Justin's back, we just figured we'd roll 2 lines and I'd stay over there.
Awesome. Well, you guys are up right now. We'll see if you can win it.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
It's working for him.
Yeah.
It's definitely working for him.
It's kind of funny how you just fall into those situations sometimes on accident, you know, and it's like, oh, okay. But, I mean, we talked about it in Dallas a little bit. What were they going to do when both Greg Stewards and Ryan Moorhead were playing good on the Dorito side?
Because they're both ones.
Yeah.
They're not twos. You know, I wouldn't want to play, you know, it's paintball's a positional game just like any other sport. And you really want to put guys in the position that they can excel at, which, honestly, is why Justin Rabikoff is playing so well for Impact. Because last year with Tampa Bay Damage, he didn't really feel like he got the spins and the looks that he needed to get in order to perform. Of course, Damage disagreed with that. They felt he just didn't play up to the level he should have played at. But regardless, he's playing great for Impact this year, and they have a lot of options, and that is going to be tough for these other teams out here.
Yeah, and
it looks like Stillwell.
Both teams losing one body, Stillwell and Lukashuk. Actually, no, Lukashuk is still in the box. Red Legion with that major penalty, 120 left to go on it. They started with 4, but Michael Kovar gets shot out. Biernikov quickly takes his place, bumps here into Snake 2, and goes to look across the field, shoots Dave Baines, but Justin Cornell now on into the 50 Dorito on the Snake side. Biernikov is now aware of it, but with plenty of help. Oh, right, Zane Yakimek gets shot out of the middle.
Even though Impact's losing bodies, they're still pushing forward, and here comes the attack as Biernikov runs down Justin Cornell. But before he made that move, I was going to say, man, is there any other team that's pushing the Snake side as hardcore as Impact is?
No. Line after line.
Yep. No matter who's out there, it doesn't matter whether it's J-Rab or Justin Cornell.
Ryan Moorhead.
Ryan Moorhead, doesn't matter who's out there. They are all looking to move up and utilize what this field layout presents with the way that these bunkers are set up. And so every other team should be looking at this Impact and seeing how they play the side. Now, that being said, Moscow Red Legion finally getting it done. And, you know, Biernikov, speaking of guys that are all over the place, we just saw him play the Dorito side. He's been running through in the center. He's on the Snake side, but that's the type of stuff we're going to need to see out of him. So, looks like Moscow is going to put another point on the board. So, it's getting closer, but with only 1 minute and 46 seconds left to go, they still have 2 points to score just to tie it up. We're going to see if they can do it. I'll be right back.
I wanted a gun that would cover everything. I want to be able to hold off 30, 40, 50 guys coming at me. I want to be able to crawl up and take snipe shots on guys.
Anything you really want in a scenario gun, it has it.
It's just a nasty, nasty tactical gun.
All right, so let's check out the replay here. Look at Biernikov. Jumps over the snake, runs the highway. That's the inside part of the snake. Executes Justin Cornell, and then he gets tore up. Let's look on the flip side. Sees the opening, immediately runs through to get the job done and create that hole that the rest of his players can use to score that point. So now we got ourselves a 2-point game with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go. And also want to note that we're starting to get scores coming in from the Challengers field as we have another field running here with the rest of the Challengers games. We will have 2 games a day on the main field here on the champion field. But it looks like Upton 187 crew coming in, playing their first game in the Challengers division after getting knocked down in Dallas. But they beat up Chicago Aftershock, so that's 2 losses for Chicago Aftershock today as Upton 187 crew takes that victory 7-3.
Yeah, a couple more games over there. Sacramento Excessive taking on Top Gun. You know, Top Gun, they had a good win today. And then 187 should be taking on Texas Storm over there as well. But on the breakout over here, Pantaleev gets shot out of that back center right away. And Edmonton Impact with the body advantage shoots back. Lukashuk is still in the box. He's going to be coming out here in about 10 seconds. So Red Legion with 3 bodies. Biernikov is in Snake 2. They have the Dorito Tower and Dorito 1. And here comes Lukashuk out of the box. But he may have gotten bounced, asking for a check, and he is clean. So back to 4 bodies alive. Edmonton Impact now with, looks like they got Moorhead in Snake 2. They got Montresor and Justin Rabikoff behind him. 2 bodies in the Dorito Tower.
They got all 5 alive on Impact here. So, and here's Tim Montresor moving to the Snake corner. So, game after game, Maddie, they're just keeping pressure down the Snake side.
Yeah, that's, you know, with this field layout, I mean, you can say that about every field layout. It's a fight. We say this all the time. Paintball at every level, it is a fight. If you forget that, then you're going to lose games, you're going to lose tournaments. Impact knows that, and they have both sides rolling here, and especially their main solid overhand right of an attack is the 3 killers that they have here on the Snake side of the field.
Moscow Red Legion looking to get in the mix right now on the Dorito side. They shoot out Josh Wimett. Biernikov comes down and takes out Ryan Moorhead.
And then he gets shot out as well. So now Kirill Pridny dips over from the Dorito side to the center to try to see if he can score this last point. But, you know, there's still 1 player left alive for Impact, and that's going to do it. So our final score is going to be Edmonton Impact 5 and Moscow Red Legion 3. So Moscow Red Legion losing 2 games today. Both of those games pretty close, but this game was definitely not as close as the first one that they played against San Diego Dynasty. And out of all the teams that I've seen play this field so far, I'm going to have to say that, you know, and this isn't exactly a bold claim or anything crazy, but, you know, definitely the best team out here that I've seen so far is Edmonton Impact. Now, we still have the whole afternoon bracket to come at you. But that being said, man, Impact, they look awesome, and they're going to win this match by 2. But next up, man, we have what, I mean, essentially could be a finals match, as the winner of the first event in Dallas, San Diego Dynasty, is going to be taking on Houston Heat. So we got that game coming at you here in just a few moments. So stick with us here, 2013 PSP Mid-Atlantic Open. I'm Matty Marshall. Todd Martinez and Steve Rabikoff. We'll see you in a moment.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here with Jason Wheeler from the Russians. It's been a tough day for you guys here in Maryland. Moving forward, what do you guys need to work on to pull out a win?
Honestly, I really think that we've thrown away points. We're getting stupid penalties at the most crucial times, and you just can't do it. And especially nowadays that all the good teams are playing good teams, you just can't give that, 2-minute major is just too much, we can't just throw that away. And we've done that in both games now, and when the other team has the penalty, we're not capitalising on it, which is really starting to bug us.
All right, well, you guys still played well, so you have 2 more games to go. It's not over yet. We'll be right back.
I first picked up a paintball gun when I was 9. I used to stand around at the field and stare at the Ironman players, hoping for a shot. I earned my way onto the team when I was 15. We won 2 world titles. When I blew my knee out for the second time, the doctor told me I'd never play again, but I refused to let go of my dream. I'm an Ironman, and paintball is my life.